Hello and welcome back to CNG Oral Space Forex Lessons. My name is Kujo. You can also call me Emmanuel. So we are on the topic mastering your candlestick patterns. And then we have come a long way. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Now this episode is basically going to focus on the Harami pattern. The Harami pattern, right? This is episode 8. Yes, I think, yeah, episode 8. So follow through patiently. If this is the first time you are watching this video, please go back and watch from the beginning. You have a fair idea, a very good idea of whatever we are doing here. If you really want to understand your patterns, because this is the basics for Forex traders. In fact, trading the financial markets, you have to understand this basis of what? Technical analysis. Without technical analysis, you cannot trade better. The only option that you can resort to is to buy signals. And that I will not also recommend that to you because it is not profitable, not convenient at all. So it's better you go to the sea, you fish for yourself, right? You do the fishing yourself. So we are going to focus on Harami pattern in this very episode, right? So the topic is what? Harami pattern. So the Harami pattern, I'll give you just overview, right? The Harami pattern consists of what? Two candlesticks. Two candlesticks, right? And then the first candlestick is always bigger than the second one, right? The second one is small, and it is what? Fully engulfed. Yes, it is fully engulfed, covered by what? The first one is very small. And then the Harami means that you are inside, right? You are fully engulfed. You are surrounded, right? You are within. That's very what? The previous the candle, right? You are within that. You are fully engulfed. You are covered by that. As simple as that. You are covered by that. So that is the Harami. So we have the two types, whether bullish or the bearish, I guess. So let's have a general idea. Now the Harami pattern, pregnant in Chinese. So meaning Harami means pregnant. You are inside something. You are inside something else. Harami. You are inside something else, right? So that is it. In Japan, I think that's the translation. It is considered as a reversal and continuation pattern. And it consists of two candlesticks. So what it means is that whatever we have learned so far, all the candlesticks that we have learned so far, right, they have one direction. Either when it's found at the top, it moves down, or maybe when it found at the bottom, it moves up, right? That is what they do. They are unilateral, let me say, when it comes to their functions, right? Now, but for the Harami is saying that it could be continuous, right? Or it could be what? Reversal. That is what it's talking about here. Reversal and then continuous. So meaning that let's say you see a general trend, a general upward trend, right? And then you see one type of the Harami. It means that the trend could actually continue moving in that sense, right? Continue in moving that sense. And then at times when it is found at another place, it could be a trend reversal. I hope you get this, right? The trend could continue based on the location of that Harami pattern being formed. And in another sense, it could move in the opposite direction. That is what it's trying to talk about. So let us read it and see where this actually happens, right? So now, we're going to do the description or the psychology of that pattern, right? When we talk about the psychology, the formation of that, the movement of that candlestick, opening and then closing somewhere else. That is the psychology of that, right? Now, the first candle is the large candle. It is called the mother, right? We are saying it is one inside, pregnant. So the first one is called, the first candlestick is always what? The mother candle. And it's always the biggest one, I think. Yes, that is it. Followed by a small a smaller candle, which is called the baby. So the first one is always the bigger one, and it's called the mother. And the second one is a smaller one, called what, the child or the baby. For the Harami pattern to be valid, right? For it to be valid, to actually identify, to know that this is a correct Harami pattern, the second candle should close, right? We are talking about the second one. The second candle should close outside. What? Should close outside the previous one. That is it. Wait, I think for the Harami pattern to be valid, the second candle should close outside the previous one. Don't worry, I'll have to rectify this. I'll just hold on to this thought. Now, this candle is considered as bearish reversal signal when it occurs at the bottom, at the top of an uptrend. Listen, let's get this straight. This candlestick is considered as a bearish reversal, meaning it's going to move downwards when it occurs at the top of an uptrend. So when you see it at the top of an uptrend, it's going to move downwards. And it is a bullish signal when it occurs at the bottom of the downtrend. I want to take this piece again. This candlestick is considered as a bearish reversal signal when it occurs at the top of an uptrend. And it is a bullish signal when it occurs at the bottom of of a downtrend. So that is what it means. So when it occurs at the top, in fact, at the end of an uptrend, it's going to what? Reverse. So take note. I'm going to make the correction here. The input that I told you earlier, right? That there are points that I have to put in. I have to make an input so that you understand it better. The book, I didn't want to edit this book in writing because it is not my book. I didn't write this book, right? So there are a few grammatical errors here and there's some corrections that need to be done. Apart from that, everything is okay. It's a very good book. So the candlestick is considered a bearish signal when it occurs. In fact, it occurs at the top of an uptrend. So if it occurs at the top, then it's what? It's going the trend is going to reverse, going what? Downwards. That is what it means. Then in the other sense, it is bullish. It's a bullish signal when it occurs at the bottom of a downtrend. So look at this, and then we have, so now if you realize, then that means we are talking about the reversals, right? We are talking about the reversals. So the reversals in the two directions. When it happens at the top, it's going down. When it happens at the bottom, it's going what? Up, right? So we have looked at this. Now you have a look at what? The continuation pattern, right? But so far, we have not seen the picture or the representation for the bearish one, the bearish Harami, and then what? The bullish Harami, right? So get that. Don't get confused, right? So whatever we are talking about is the general description of a Harami, what a Harami is, right? And then the second thing is looking at the reversals. When it happens at the top, it's going down. When it happens at the bottom, it's going up. That's what we have looked at. But we have not yet seen a representation in illustration of what? The bearish Harami and then the bullish Harami, right? So we have a look at that. So don't worry. Like I said, hold on to this thought. I think I might come back to this. If not, then this point is invalid. I will not touch it. That is it. So this one is what? The bullish Harami, right? The bullish Harami. So look at it. The first candle is the mother. Then the smaller one is the baby. If you realize, the mother is always bigger. When a woman is pregnant, the baby is in the stomach, right? And the stomach of the human being, the human anatomy, is found what? In between the what? The upper part of the woman and then the lower part of the woman. So from the head to the stomach and then to the what? The feet. So the stomach is what? In between. It's at the middle of what? The human being, right? So the baby or the stomach is fully engulfed by the mother. There's no way you see the mother's, the child's legs being hanging outside the mother, right? The head of the child too will not go above that of the mother, right? So that is the idea. I'm trying to make things what easy. Create this imagery in your head. This is the simplest way you can understand it, so that I don't get it twisted, right? So the baby is fully found, is fully engulfed, covered by the mother. It's inside the mother. It's not outside the mother. The baby is not outside the mother. No, of course, we are not talking about incubation or whatever, incubator, or whatever. No, the incubator is outside. We are talking about the natural sense, the natural way a woman could actually conceive and then deliver. Right, so that's what I'm talking about. So this is the Harami. And this is the bullish one. It's a bullish one in the sense that one, right, even though the color does not matter, I'm using one to explain, using the color to explain. This is a bullish one because it's what? It's white. It's a white candlestick, or better say it could be what green. The green or white I told you earlier is what? It stands for the bullish ones. So that is it. Now, a minute. So a bullish, that is a bullish one. Now, the second one is the fact that this second candle, right? You see, I told you from the onset that this book is a book that I've read for about more than 5 times. 5 times, right? So anytime I read, I have more insight in this book. If you read this book once, right, or maybe twice or third time, the understanding, you have the understanding, but not to its fullest what use, right? So anytime I read, I understand that maybe, you see, every book that you write, there are some additions, right? So anytime I read, I have the idea, even though the writer or the editor didn't actually put them there. When I read, I could actually edit them on my own, and I have more insight on them because I have read this and I really understand this, right? So this, whatever I'm going to say now was not actually written in the description here, right? But I find a way to understand it better so that I can also explain it to you in a better way, right? So apart from the color, seeing that this is the bullish one, you realize that this candle happened at the bottom of what? Or this candlestick. This is the bigger candlestick, right? Right? And then the second one happened at the bottom of it. It didn't happen at the top. It didn't happen at the top, right? So I use this sense to identify that this is actually what? A bullish what? Harami, right? This is the name here. A bullish Harami, or you can even call it an inside bar, bullish inside bar. What is inside? Bear in mind, the reason why I'm telling you this is that the top here is also what? Inside. Because this top here, the second one, the second box that I drew here, is actually found inside what? The bigger candlestick, right? And I'm finding a way to make you understand the difference between the bullish Harami and then the bearish Harami, right? Good. So this is it. So this is a red one or a bearish one. Then the second one comes is a bullish one. So hence the bullish one. And then the second thing is that it happens at the bottom of it. What if it happens at the top, right? So let's see if whatever I've said is going to hold or going to differ. If so, then we know what to do. At least we are learning, right? Even though I am a tutor for a year, I'm learning. And then bear in mind, I said earlier that nobody in this profession is the best. Best in the sense that you don't need to learn another thing or you don't need to be taught. No, I'm open-minded, right? If anything I say which is not right, you can what? You can go in the comment section and then comment, and then we have it. We see the way forward. So that is it. So this is the what? The bullish Harami, right? The first one being the red candlestick, the second one being the green or the white. And then the second thing that I told you is that it happened at the bottom of the what? The bigger bearish candle. So that is it, right? So move on. Now, good. So if you look at this also, what do you see? This is a bigger one, right? And the bigger one is what? Green or white. Then when you look at the second one, it's what? It's red or black. And then looking at the position, we saw that the other one was at the bottom here. Now here, you see that this one is what? At the top. And then at the top is red and it's bearish. So that is what it is. So now the third thing that we are going to look at is when a bearish one forms at the top, what happens? When it forms at the bottom, what happens? And then where would you understand or know that maybe the trend is going to be what? A continuous one? Because so far we have looked at what? The reversal one. We are yet to look at the continuation one, right? So that is it. So now we have seen the reversal, we have seen the formation of the candlestick, the psychology behind that. When you have to, you can identify that this is a bullish one, or then this was a bearish one. So that is it. I think we are good. We are good to go. Now, as you can see, the smaller body is totally covered. It's totally covered by the previous mother candle. Don't bother yourself with the colors. Like I said, it's very important. So that's why I use the color to explain, and I use the psychology also to explain. So you have the two understanding, right? The most important thing is that the smaller body closes inside of the first bigger mother, right? This is what you have to look at for. I said the child will not grow outside the mother. We are not talking about incubation or whatever. So we are talking about the natural way the woman was delivered. So the child is in the mother's womb. The mother engulfs the child fully. So that's what we are talking about here. Now, the second paragraph. The Harami candle tells us that the market is in an indecision period, right? The Harami candle tells us that the market is an indecision period. When that forms, because what it means is that realize that a bigger candle forms. Then a bigger candle forms. The next one is a smaller candle forming, right? So the smaller candle forming tells us that, but initially we realized that the market was very either bullish or bearish massively. Now, how come a small candle is forming? Because a small candle means that the power of the previous day or previous types of buyers the buyers or sellers, they are losing their momentum. That's what it means for a smaller candle forming. Why? Because the bigger one, the previous candle was very huge, a big one. So how come the smaller one is forming? So when the smaller one forms, that means there's a power being lost at that point. An indecision is coming to the market. So when indecision comes in the market, you just have to wait and see what is going to actually happen in the next day or the next candlestick forming. So that is what it means, right? Now, so buyers and sellers don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Now, there's no one in control of the market. When this candlestick pattern happens during an uptrend, now we are talking about an uptrend or the reversal again. So when this candlestick pattern happens during an uptrend or a downtrend, it is interpreted as what? A continuation pattern, which gives a good opportunity to join the trend. Now, this is a very good point. This is a very good point, and I need to make correction here before you get confused, right? Now, for the reversal, I think we touched on the reversal, right? I think I have to make the correction here. Don't get relaxed. I'm going to make some difference here, some explanation here, some corrections here. It's just a matter of grammar, right? Now, so when this candlestick pattern happens during, right? We did not say at the end. We did not say at the end. Now, being at the end means that's the end of the whole thing, the whole show, right? So the thing happens at the end. That's the end. There's nothing that's going to happen. The only thing that could happen is a reversal. That's what it means for the reversal that we did earlier. So we said at the end. At the end, what? Sorry, I think I can't really type. We are talking about what? The end of what? That trend. So we are talking about the end of the trend. For the first one, for the reversal deals with what? At the end. That is it. I'm taking it over, I'm taking it again so that you understand it better. For the reversals, we use the phrase at the end. So either at the end of an uptrend or at the end of a downtrend. So if it's at the end, then there's going to be what? A reversal. That's for the reversal. But for the continuation ones, we are going to use the phrase during, right? Some people say during, whatever. So during or during, that is it. So meaning during means we are not yet at the end of what? The trend, right? And I told you, you can only know the trend, the end of a trend by using what? Your resistance and support level, right? So when you draw your resistance and support level, and the price has not gotten there yet, but you see a Harami forming somewhere in the middle, then there's a high chance that the trend is going to continue. So that is the meaning. I think that is very well explained, well understood, right? So if you don't understand it, I think you can comment, do your comment, and then if you can contact us, I can even send you an email and explain it better again, right? So that is what it means. So for the reverse, I'm going back to the reversal. Reversal talks about at the end of an uptrend or at the end of a downtrend. So that is the end of it. So when it happens that then there's going to be a reversal. There's a higher probability of the trend reversing. But when you use the phrase during an uptrend, because generally a trend could be moving, right? Maybe you're just your support, and then maybe you have your resistance there. Per your previous data, it could be happening, something could be happening here. Things could be happening here, right? So per your previous data, this is what we have. Now, you realize that we are at this point that is moving, right? So we are not yet at this top, at this level. Meanwhile, our previous data, we have had what? Up and down here, right? Forming. So that's what it means. Let me clean out some space so that you understand it. Right? So here we are. You have your previous data for the data and for the trend report consolidated, right? Now we are here, right? And now we are moving again. But during the uptrend, this is an uptrend, right? This we are saying here during what? During an uptrend, right? So we can see clearly that this is still moving what? In an upward direction. So as it's moving, we have seen that it is during. If we are not yet at the top. So during it means that if you see that a Harami has formed here, based on the type, a Harami has actually formed here, then what do? We see that, okay, the trend is what? Going to happen. It's going to continue in that sense to this level. So you can join. If only you have your factors of confidence in what? In good points, as in you are very confident about your confidence. You can join the right, then move to the left, what? To the top. So that is it. That's the difference. So it's just a matter of what? Grammatical what? Construction, grammatical understanding of whatever is happening. That is it. You will not get this from anywhere. Of course, you are not bragging, but at least the small thing that we know, at least we can explain it better for the amateur. So that is it. So to join an uptrend, right? Join an uptrend is going to what? Continue moving in that sense. Join an uptrend is going to move in that sense, right? So either uptrend or downtrend. That is why the thing is here. The up and down are being used here. If you didn't use only one, it means that when it happens during, so if the market was moving upward, and then you see the Harami, it's going to continue moving up. If the market was moving down and you saw a Harami moving, a Harami forming, then there is a higher probability that the market is going to go continue moving down, down, right? The market is going to continue moving down. So that is it. Now, we move to the second thing. Now, and if it is occurred at, thank you. Now we are using grammar. Of course, grammar is into play, right? It's at play. You have to understand this. I know if you read this book on your own, you might get it. In fact, the first time I read this book, when I got to this page, I was very confused. I was like, what are you talking about? I was really confused until I read it like 3 times, and then I got the meaning. So okay, then I think this is the trick, right? So if it occurred at the top of an uptrend or at the bottom of a downtrend, it is considered what? A trend reversal signal. I think you are convinced. So that is it. So you can. So for the purpose of this, I'm not going to keep this video lengthy, right? It's not going to be lengthy, so that you can at least play it again and then have the better understanding of that. So drawing is going to continue. If it is used drawing, right? If it's found drawing, it's going to continue in that sense. But if it's what? Found at the end, that means it's the end of it, then the trend reversal is going to happen with the help of your support and resistance, what? Levels. So that is it. So this one, we are talking about the reversals, right? This is the bullish one. This is the bullish one, right? So apart from the fact that this is a Harami, you realize that this is also a bullish Harami. Not only a Harami, but a bullish Harami in the sense that, see what happens here, even with the color, it is white. Then the position of this, the Harami, the baby, is at the bottom of the bigger one, right? It makes it what? Bullish one with the colors. Then when you move here, then when it happens here, what did you do? It was moving down. So this is a reversal. It was moving down at the end. So what do you do? It moves up. Then we have this one to here. When you moved here, what's here? Look at the position of this small body or the baby, and then the color of this, right? It happens at the top, at the end, or at the top of it. So what happens? It moves down. That is as simple as that. Now, let me give you a minute. You just have a look at that, cleaning out the page. Yes. So that is it. So we have the bullish Harami. Now we have the bearish Harami, right? So this I can describe it as with the help of my resistance and support level. I can say that this is what a ranging type of what market, a ranging one, right? A ranging one. So when it gets here, you just have to look for a confirmation of what a particular candlestick pattern. If it happens, then you can join. Else, the price might even break this support level and go down. You will learn this later on. So that is it. So in the chart above, you can see how the trend direction changes after the Harami pattern formation. The first bullish Harami pattern occurred at the bottom of a downtrend. Sellers were pushing the market lower. Suddenly, price starts consolidating, right? Price starts consolidating. And this indicates that the selling power is no longer in control of the market. The bearish Harami is the opposite of the bullish. This one occurred at the top of an uptrend. It's at the top of an uptrend, indicating that buyer's domination is over and the beginning of a downtrend is possible. When this pattern is created during an uptrend or downtrend, it indicates that a continuation signal with the direct wait. When this pattern is created during an uptrend or a downtrend, it indicates a continuation signal with the direction of the market. It's going to continue in that direction. When we will study in details how to trade this pattern, right? Either as a reversal pattern or as a continuation pattern in the next chapters. So we will end here. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our page. Email us and then look in our description and bios and understand what you do. We provide private online lessons. You can get back to us and then we get in touch. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next video.